My name is Reverend Maria Arvanati, and this year, 2019, I would like to introduce my book launch, TheSovereignLight, A Course in Metaphysical Spirituality. And I've discussed this book on previous videos before, if you want to look down to the threads from all the other YouTubes as well, my YouTube channels that will take you with this video towards them, and look down further for more information and click on those threads and you'll be linked straight away to other YouTube videos about this book. And it's 852 pages and it's a whole year. We've discussed this before, and what I'd like to do now is, in dedication to our solar eclipse, which is now going out of it, and I've been feeling it a week before that. It was, today is July 3rd, Wednesday, and it's 2019, and we're just kind of barely coming out. We're coming out of the eclipse, the solar eclipse that we just had experienced. And from previous videos, I'd like to discuss about this dark energy, dark light, that we don't see all the lights, and what we deflect and make various colors, and we reflect from those mirrors, this law of attraction, the magnetism, which I would like to discuss on the next video. But for now, I would like to give you a sample, right dab even further, a little bit further than the middle of the book. Lesson 147. After that was done, what happens is every 13 lessons you get 2 days off, and every 6 lessons you get 1 day off. And now we've reached, let's say, this lesson 147, and he says, take 2 days in, congratulations, and take 2 days to take it in for making it through the 147 lessons. This is a rest period to take the lessons independently as a review. From the 46-week and 6-day course, 365-day program consisting of 319 lessons and 48 days of review that break up the lessons from every 6 days for a day and every other week of 13 days for 2. Take these 2 days to recalibrate and make notes and review. And specifically here, it does. This is 469, and I'm showing the sample example as you can see it. And so I think we have time. This is going to be a little lengthy video. And what I wanted to do was take you into, this is lesson 148. Day 171. Before its activation of the thymus and kidneys, with the higher mind function of the observer watching and aware, unresolved soul traumas must be dealt with, and thus the intention to work through this basic level of the 4th layer of the body, heart chakra system, and divine energetic soul imprints. And then we go into the actual affirmation. The light that is visible to me is not all there is. Releasing, and this is the idea of the day, to kind of activate and get you into thinking and working through this lesson. Some of them might be 4 pages, some of them might be less, and it also has an activity or some kind of practice. You can sample, and throughout the day, invite this idea and let it work for you, and work through your, your traumas. And releasing and resolving for much resistance is highly important prior to any activation, and that of integration that can be achieved for life force, living light current. Because when it comes online, whatever structure does not resonate will short circuit. From the 12 systems of the physical body, especially on a cellular level, after they ignite, the other cells that will not wake up will be attacked. it will start turning on them and possibly destroy the very containment of its physical form. Upon impact and to the very distortions that remain within it. This is kind of getting into the alkaline and acidic side of things and microbes and the way our biology works. Anyway, I will continue reading because this does make a lot of sense and can help. Some realities are pitch black, and these fields within a velvety darkness can become unified within awareness. These chakras are within the dreaming state and not visible unless a practice is in place to help make foreseeing them. And this is page 470, okay? These fields, and because the practice hasn't been made visible within these many realities, they appear to go on forever when in observation of them. In previous, only the white light has been mentioned, and this is the ultimate accomplishment. However, the self must learn from within its unity by dissolving the separations between soul, dreamtime world, and waking state physical solid awareness first. Similar to the focus of the dark void, the ethereal body of self is translucent, and before the physical can be affected, it must go through many layers to reach its destined occlusion. And I'm not going to go and discuss about the experiences I've had, and most recently with my mother's passing and a few others, because it might be in the book and it might not. I just want to continue on with this lesson on page 471, and it's 148 of day 171. The light that is visible to me is not all there is. Pain is mostly from a neurological receptor, given signal that comes and goes, however, never constantly staying. The body can sense for pain better when it aches through an intermittent process, like aches. When consistent, the body can self-harmonize to bring balance. However, in the case of disease or chronic pain, and where the only way it can be not in harmony to signal something is to be paid attention to. By going in deep into the darkness where the void can be found, and in this time focus in on the infected, affected area when possible. This is the same as the 0-point field, and it has been discussed before, and I'll continue reading. This is done on a cellular level, going deep into its misty darkness and in the middle where the body's brow, by focus from within and eyes closed, as it were in like a movie theater where it is pitch black to turn the projector on. Begin to visualize there, right in the center of the forehead, what black light can look like, and within the cell go deep to feel its buoyant, fluid warmth that will rejuvenate within its elevated field that will surround the self in it. Before, the practice was to go directly to find the white light, and this too was similar and perhaps made easier to bypass it altogether to find the white. It is through the darkness of this plasmic fluid light to feel that can change and shift perceptions. See the darkness as a mist, and whatever are the ailments can be washed away in this fluid light. From within the cell, the stream flows out and circulates throughout the body, washing outward and over the entirety of self, being bathed and floating in this darkness, velvety, shimmering fluid light. In the morning, take roughly 20 minutes for this meditation, and in the evening, do it again with all the pressing issues that were caused for much uneasiness. This can be done standing, sitting, and or lying down. However, the act of bathing is similar to feeling, for the same as washing with the white light principle. I prefer to do it on my back and lying down, you know. And again, page 472, we go into the affirmation. The light that is visible to me is not all there is. Dark light can bring on divination and for manifesting tangibly, as well as clearing and cleansing over the stresses of the day, soothing to the senses and to ward the resistances of outer circumstances, that it can then to better be observing in this way. The most annoying thing can become insignificant in the vastness of self-perception through timelessness. Do not fear what can be properly understood by the senses to be the dreams, where love resides and body seems to be more solid than the mind, where healing can be shared and reconnected with the world of self to the many from the one. During the day and for the shorter memories, to feel the one is to repeat the following affirmation. The light that is visible to me is not all there is. In this feeling, I see the world who is my only self banished from its sickness. In oneness, focus on the site of pain. What is the part of the body? Feel its symptom, what it means, and the value that it has to its function as the being of yourself. Follow it down from the self to the nucleus and let it feed the information directly and intuitively to the self. The gut feeling can communicate to hear it on a cellular level. Speak, and from the many communities they speak from systematically as this inner voice. From the nervous system to the muscular and skeletal, and from the 12 to the many releases of the endocrine system, such as is this beauty of self. With shorter practices, project out the world and to the self from its white light now to heal. Where once there was a duty to attack, now in its place the beauty to be in awe of this kingdom that is self, gracefully unfolding on its journey most curious. The adventure onto making well all that are in the prayers, accepting of these blessings. Repeat the following affirmations. I see my pain and feel it in the many of the world, that I may heal myself in them the same. The light that is visible to me is not all there is. When the heart is healed, a certain kind of fire will be ignited inside it. This can be also accessed in the kidneys. It has been discussed previously in lessons 111 and perhaps elsewhere about the importance of the 8th chakra. The higher self starts to connect its physical container at the thymus level and starts adjusting the heart pattern. It causes change in hormones, endocrine biorhythms, as well as in the blood. Excessive heat will create release of a certain kind of oil, and where the skull and spine do meet, trickle down the back of the throat. When consciousness can connect well with the nervous system of its physical body, and the enlightenment of this experience can start to come online from the level of discernment, and in the taking of responsibility, the self can bring on its authenticity that dwells within, and from which this book is aiming to explore for the building of intense and decisive consent from a place of autonomous authority. The purpose is to go deeper into the alchemical morphing of these fields, and from some previous lessons further to explore, and perhaps some more again for these ideas. And that was page 473, lesson 148, and this was a sample of the longest, one of the longest lessons. And we'll take this forward into another video. Thank you.